Whoa, you got 3 of them. How did you do that? Don't call the AFT. Woo, woo, woo! Little man and me are making a trip into town. We need to go pick up a bunch of hemlock.
What's hemlock?
What's hemlock?
Yeah.
Wood. It's good wood. So it's all milled out, ready to get picked up. So we're gonna go grab it. Asked Mandy if she wanted to go. No. You know, thought she might want to get out of the woods for a little bit, go into town, and I was actually gonna, you know, take her to the store and get her something. And you know, I didn't tell her that part, but oh, dear.
Wait, they're just like stairs.
They're just like stairs?
Yeah.
So that stack in the back, the one on the top and the one on the bottom,
Yeah.
that's $1,300 worth of hemlock.
And they're just like a road.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I can jump over the blue things.
So, waiting on a forklift to come so I don't have to hand load all this. Is it pretty cool watching the forklift?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's gonna pick that up.
He picked it all up, didn't he? Are they cutting some wood?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Can you get me some more straps?
Yeah.
They're in the can.
Huh?
They're over there in the can.
This
Yep,
one?
yep. Can you bring me some more, please?
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
I have a haircut.
I'm gonna need some more. Okay. You're a good helper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Made it back in. That's a lot of weight on that trailer. It hauled it like a champ though. These boards don't weigh very much. They're big, they're 16 footers, they're 1 inch thick, 10 inches wide. But this, I mean, all said and done, that probably only weighs 15 pounds maybe. They look heavier than they really are. They look pretty nice too, you know, as far as the cutting goes. Had a little bit of waver and the 4-inch stuff over there. To be expected, not a big deal. This one here was like flawless. Yeah, this is a nice one. Little man wants to help. Don't really need to tie part of this because it's T111 underneath.
I need to use one of those.
But where are you going?
But I need one of those to help. So I can't get wow.
I don't know what he's doing. But I'm gonna tie part up anyway just because it's gonna help keep things tighter. So I've overlaid this corner.
I got them.
Oh, you got your earmuffs? Okay.
So I can help so they can't get loud.
Okay. What a stud. You ready?
Yeah.
Pull the trigger, just like a gun. There. Do another one way up here. Can you reach? Another one down here. Make sure my finger ain't in the way. Good job. Gotcha. Ready?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me move the ladder. Don't shoot any. Go right here somewhere.
Huh? Oh.
There. Right there. You did it.
Yeah.
You're my helper.
And this is a hole.
You're a good helper.
But it's a hole.
It is a hole.
Yeah.
Now you've got a great big tube to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could you possibly do with a great big tube?
Ooh.
You! Climb right up. I'll hold the hammer for you.
There.
Gotta go a little more. One
There.
more. Can you reach? We're gonna get that nail and that nail out. Wrong way. We gotta use the claw. We gotta hook it. See? Yeah, good job. Coming down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so high.
It's high?
Yeah.
Probably is for a little dude, huh?
Yep.
Little man likes to help. He likes to be involved. This is the rough sawn hemlock that the little man and me picked up last weekend. He thought that was really cool, seeing the forklift and big trucks in the wood yard. So it's 10 inches wide. Yep, exactly 10 inches wide. And we're 1 inch thick. 1 inch thick. And we're about 16'4" long on this one. They're going to vary just a little bit in length, but they're 16 footers. So I've got a measurement for the wall, 7 foot 10 inches. That's what we're going to run with. So here we go. There we go. So there is the first board for the board and batten. Hemlock. By the time this stuff rots out, I should be dead, and it's going to be the little dude's problem at that point. So here's what we got. We got a siding nailer with galvanized 2 3/16 siding nails, and they are ring shank nails.
Wait, what are you doing with that?
We're gonna nail it.
Can I help?
Yep, in a minute.
Okay.
If I don't scare you away. These boards here are screwed flush with the back wall, so that when I put this board on, this will be flush with the back wall.
Can I use the hammer?
This is kind of like a hammer. This is just a bigger version of the little staple gun you were just using. There. So now this edge will be just where I want it to be for the next board that comes around there. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. You can help.
Okay.
I like it when you help me. Well, it seems to be sinking them all right. I didn't know if I might have to make an adjustment. I usually shoot like 1 1/4. You want to bang a couple?
Yeah.
Okay. I put one right there, pull the trigger. Good job. Do another one right there, pull the trigger. Good job. Another one right there. Whoa, you got 3 of them. How did you do that?
It's a hammer.
Don't call the AFT. So I will admit, I have never done board and batten before. I always want to say batten boarding. I always get that backwards, but this is my first time ever doing it. I've seen it done, I've watched videos of it done, I've seen buildings with it on it. I just have never done it. So first time for everything. So we're sucking up 10 inches at a time here. We could have got wider, but I figure, 10 inches is a pretty good number. So all I'm doing is driving it right up there into the eaves until it's snug. And I'm wrapped up in a freaking ground wire. Slid down on me, because why not? Suck it over. Let me take you on a tour of the board here. This is the rough edge. I have not done anything. I just took it off the pile. Square. That is freaking close. I mean, look at that. I'm not even going to touch that. And as you can see, we're 10 inches wide. All right, let's check our length. I'm hooked down on the good end. They're calling these 16 footers, all right? Yeah, there's your 16 foot. Yeah, it's 16 and a half freaking feet long, plus. That's 2 boards. You can see the thickness on it. Be a long time before them rot out. Before I go around this window all the way, I'm putting a piece of drip cap in here. Scrap that I had, and I had to shorten up here a little bit to slide in there. So the window is sealed to the building. That is not the issue. And then we got our drip holes here. And my thought was, because of how this is coming out, we got 1 inch thick here that's coming right up near the edge here. Not a big deal, it's hemlock, it ain't gonna rot anytime soon. But I kind of thought, I've got this stuff, it's scrap. Kind of thought having it in there like that would just be more of a water diverter. So any water that drips out through here will hit that and run out further away. The original plan for these bats was to rip these 4 inch wide boards in half. Basically double the quantity we have. And the more I thought about that, I said, you know, you do that, if you don't immediately put them on, they're gonna start twisting and warping. And 2 inches would also be a lot narrower coverage on the gaps. So I said, screw it. I just made the executive decision to keep them at 4 inch. We can get more hemlock. So all I'm doing is just eyeball centering on the crack, sticking a pin. Oh, I can get this one too, okay. I actually have my ladder in the right place. That's impressive. Dave has left me here unsupervised, so if I screw something up, it's not my fault. Okay, let me grab this one. There we go. Now we can do a twofer. The first one I put on was under this window, and I plumbed it with a level, then came across, and I'm measuring each one. Too far enough. And I'm not getting super fussy. This ain't the Taj Mahal, this ain't for rich people. If this one's a little narrower than this one, that one might be a little wider than this one on the spacing, it ain't a big deal. I'm not gonna spend all freaking day trying to get everything exactly matched. If it was for a customer or something like that, yeah, sure, fine. But out here, for me, I don't care. I ain't trying to impress anybody. Wow, that's sure looking different, ain't it? Those bats make a big difference. Here's how things are landing. So I'm gonna do that with one board and cut around the window. By nailing at the edge of the boards, you can see we don't have nails showing that hold the boards on. I am not going sparingly on the nails. Yep, they cost money, but the nails that hold the boards to the wall are the only things that are going to hold all this on, because the nails are not long enough to go through the bats, through the boards, and into the wall and do anything productive. And I don't want these things curling up, peeling off, anything like that. So I make sure I nail them on in good shape. If nothing else, I am feeding some freaking flies today. A little bit of whittling with the skill saw. Down on the bottom, we got her now. Ha ha, we got her. I've officially made it past that obstacle course. Now I'm just going to run some straight boards right across the wall here with no bats yet, because somewhere up in here the range hood vent is coming out through, and I don't want to have the bats on because they're going to be in the way. And then we're going to hit this obstacle course. You gotta love it. While you were off on vacation there, we got a hole in the wall and we got the vent put in, and it landed right smack in a seam. That's why I didn't put the bats on yet, because it just would have been a problem. I would have had to start cutting stuff out. So there it is. I can come back later and just do another slew of bats. So right now I just notched out a piece here, just like I did going around that obstacle course, to start going around this one. And I have 4 7/8 on the bottom, and I have 4 7/8 on the top. Don't ask me how that happened. Something's wrong. How's break time going for you? Pretty good? Well, this is the last board on the original building. The joint is right about here on it when we transition to the new addition. So I'm gaining on it. We're getting there. It's not a bad process, really. It's just a lot of walking back and forth to the saw, and getting stuff off the pile, and cutting, and coming over and nailing. It's a lot for one person, but we're getting there. There. How about that? We're officially on the new edition. Oh, here comes a big spider right there. You see him? He's coming down going, "What the hell are you doing to me?" There he goes. I don't mind the spiders. It's the bees I don't like. Here's the progress so far. It's starting to look like it belongs here. I hate vinyl siding. I think I mentioned that right out of the get-go. I prefer cedar shingles. Too expensive. This is pretty nice though. So I got some more bats on right over to the ladder, and I'm done for the night. I am freaking beat. See you tomorrow. Hey again guys, it's tomorrow now. I've made some more progress here. We're gaining. I have hopes to get this wall done, but I don't know. The weather guesses said we're supposed to have some foul weather coming in right about now. And Dave just sent me a message, and he's about 30 miles to the west, and said, it's coming. It's getting dark, temps dropping, and it's starting. So we'll see. Maybe it will skirt to the north a little bit. Well, maybe. But yeah, if I get rained out, I got plenty to do on the other side of the wall. Here it is. We gonna get wet. I don't know if you can see it. There's hail coming down, bouncing off the roof over there. Anything you see bouncing back up is ice. Hey again. Well, it's hard to get good help around here. It's the 4th of July and they all took off to go play fire trucks. So I'm hoping to get this a little bit done. I got that little bit left for boards, and right there I got to pick up and go with bats. Almost there. Almost. It's supposed to be decent weather today. So no thunder boomers, no flashy things in the sky. Not till tonight anyway. Don't have the little dude with me this trip. Kind of miss him. I've gotten used to dad, 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 dad every 20 seconds. It really sucks when he's not around. But he's had a really hard couple days. He's been doing a summer camp for 3 or 4 weeks. About 3 days a week for a few hours a day with some kids. And he's been loving that. And default grandpa picked him up from there yesterday. So, oh, that must have been terrible. Then they went riding. So, oh, my heart bleeds for this little kid. Then he was hanging out with my mom and dad. Now he's hanging out with his mom's mom and de facto grandpa. Now they're out on the side-by-side with a cousin, going fishing. Yeah, he's got it good. He's doing all right for himself. We try to make sure he gets plenty of grandma, grandpa time. And it's not unusual that I get a text message from his mother going, well, I lost him. Off he goes. He decided he's off to go hang out with his grandma for the night, usually on the weekend. So it happens. And he pulls that on me too, wants to go hang out with my mom and dad. So I'll let his mom know, yeah, well, I lost a kid. He's off. So it's all right. He's a little boy. He has his people. Made it past the last obstacle course. I had to do a little bit of murdering up in there. Had some unwanted tenants move in. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Ah, I've made it. I'm out to the edge. I need 2 inches to finish this off, which this is going to get covered with a bat anyway, so I can use scrap, rip it down to 2 inches, and just stick it in there as a spacer. All filled in. That was scrap that I cut out from going around the windows out of those boards. So I don't throw stuff away till I know I'm done with the project. Now, just got to nail the tops of those, throw on a few bats. Awesome, this wall is done, finally. Of course, now we got a rain shower coming over because, we just need to get everything friggin' wet, right? I think it looks awesome. Ooh. This corner will get done when this all gets done. It has to be done in one piece. So next video, we're going to start doing the front wall. I got 10 inches from here to here. This is going to be fun because I need to go around that, and I have the roof angle up there. Yeehaw! See you there.